So, when I look at adults, as in high-functioning people who seem to have their shit together, they all seem to know how to organize, or how to cook restaurant-quality food, or how to put their stuff in their places, or how to clean their bathroom once a week. And then I look at myself and my lack of organizational skills. I'm not trying to be self-deprecating or relatable in the sense, trust me, if I were, I wouldn't be making this video. Oh, by the way, welcome to the first episode of my half-adulting series where I document my attempt to becoming a high-functioning adult who have their shit together, and I'm gonna call it Project Grown Up. For years, since I moved out of my parents' house back in Indonesia, at 17, I am now almost 27, I've always struggled to becoming more organized, to keep my things in their places, to not lose stuff, to keep my shelves clean. Yeah, since 2011, that's like almost a decade ago, and I'm actually at a point in my life where I could measure my life in decades. Ooh, that's a bit intimidating. But seriously, every single year since 2011, I failed. Like, I seriously don't know how many times I lose my passport, my cards, my wallet, my phone, my earphones, everything. You know what I used to do? I used to put a pile of half-dirty, half-clean clothes on my desk, on my chair when I go to sleep, and then when I wake up in the morning, I would move that pile to the bed so I could use my desk and my chair to study, and then when I go back to sleep again at night, I would move that pile back to the chair so I could have my bed empty. Because it's always a lot of work to fold my clothes or to do laundry or whatever, and it worked out. And that went on for throughout my entire college year and also a little bit after I started working, and it went fine for me, you know. And among my friends, I was definitely known as the messy one. I think when I just moved out of my parents' apartment and I lived with a host family, there were actually a lot of days where I could not even see the floor of my own room because it was just covered with, I don't know, like clothes or books, or I don't even know how I had that much stuff. So yeah, it's really just that bad. But then you know what? One day, I actually came to a place of acceptance. You are one disorganized soul inside and out. That's what you are. That's your biggest flaw. So you better wear it proud, sister. And I have to say though, coming to that place of acceptance was actually really liberating. And it also just gives me a peace of mind that I don't really have to prove to myself that I'm something that I'm not, you know? I am not an organized person, just accept it. It's like, look, you're messy. It's your flaw, embrace it. It's like I was, and actually still I'm at a place where if somebody were to call me out for being messy and disorganized, I wouldn't take offense because, you know, it's the truth. And also I was at a point where whenever I went on dates, that would be one of the first things I would tell the guy, that, you know, I'm messy, so that it's just a way for me to filter out, to weed out all the ones that are, you know, the weak candidates. That's how comfortable I was with my flaw. Until I came across an article that talks about success. So one thing that you should know about me is that I've always wanted to be a successful entrepreneur. Not the type that would start a Fortune 500 company, but I just want to work for myself. I want to earn enough income to be happy, and I want to have a lot of time to spend on my hobbies, spend time with my loved ones. Yeah, basically I just want to be free to live life on my own terms. That's my definition of becoming a successful entrepreneur. So I read a lot of self-development books, business books, marketing books, and all that. Also psychology books. And have you ever heard of this thing called the Big Five personality? So to put it simply, the Big Five personality is a theory that says personality could be boiled down to 5 core factors, and it can be abbreviated as OCEAN, as in openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So one day I was procrastinating and I was reading a lot about this Big Five personality theory, and I actually did the personality test. So I actually liked most of the results. My test results showed I had high openness, high extroversion, high agreeableness, low neuroticism, which means I'm not crazy. But of course, surprise, surprise, I was actually low in conscientiousness. A few days later, I actually came across this article that talks about success. And the article says that of all the Big Five personality traits, this one trait is actually the biggest predictor of whether or not you're gonna be successful in life. And of course, it's the fucking C. It's the conscientiousness. And that is the one trait that I scored the worst in. I know it's not really smart to really base this off of a random article online, but it actually did something to me. You know, ever since then, something inside me just switched on. Ever since I read that article, that feeling of peace was just gone. I am now in battle mode. That's my computer reminding me that I have to stay hydrated. So, where were we? So I used to justify my messiness, and it's completely acceptable and normal for a creative person to have some level of chaos, you know? I mean, that actually adds up to the being creative. Because yeah, you know, you hear a lot of these stories about these great artists who have their desks full of stuff, really messy, and it's just, you know, it's just a way of being creative, just a part of the creative process. But yeah, now, no, that was just a way for me to look at outliers to justify my bad behavior. Now, the journey to becoming slightly more conscientious is back on, and this is exactly why I made this series. So thanks for sticking around, and I hope you guys keep following my journey, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.